All right, we're live on YouTube, everyone. So be on your best behavior. Hope everybody's doing well today. Happy Friday. It's 2:30. Started in a couple minutes.
Carl, I like your hot pink mask. That's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Very cool. Like for some reason in my mind here in DC, it's so beautiful out, like in terms of just the sun's out, it's so nice. Like I feel like I'm prematurely thinking it's spring, but I think it's like literally 39. So supposedly it's supposed to get, oh, it's 42. Supposedly it's supposed to get to 70 next week, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, 72 come Wednesday, 66 come Tuesday, 40s this weekend.
Yeah, just when you think spring hits you, it's like bam, then it's cold again because it's been beautiful here for like 3 days. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. And then today it's pretty cold out there and gloomy. So, yeah, when we thought spring was here, it's not.
I know, right? What's it like currently, though?
It's cold and gloomy.
It's gloomy.
Yeah, it was beautiful the past few days. I mean, like grilling out weather type beautiful.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's actually sleeting in some areas here in Jackson.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like back to your coat type weather now.
Sorry. There's snow in New York. Janine or Amanda. I'm looking at who else I see here.
It's actually very sunny today, but freezing.
Yeah, it's very sunny, but it is
only in the
degrees.
20s.
Oh my gosh. Was it windy?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wind chill. Like, cool. Billy Joe, are you in Florida?
I am. Yeah. Very nice down here. It's like swimming weather, 80s. We're wearing sunscreen.
Wow. What region of Florida are you in?
I'm just outside of Gainesville.
Okay.
So it's like north central Florida.
Cool.
Yeah.
Roy just took his hat off, so that tells you it's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold. It's 2:32. We'll give it a couple more minutes. As you're coming in, just happy Friday. Welcome, everybody. Just want to remind you, we started this last week and it was really cool. Be thinking about highlights to share, and maybe we can come up with a cooler name for this section of our meeting. But be thinking about different highlights.
We'll check your phone.
And those highlights can be.
You said we all supposed to be doing this meeting.
Anything to do with kind of people we support. Also, could
Maybe
highlights
send
with
it to
your fellow
Maybe
team
send it
members.
to you. I don't know.
And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a couple minutes, why those are so important. But it was really uplifting to hear about them last week, and definitely want to keep that momentum going. And Sandra, I love your background.
Thanks. Compliments of the marketing department.
Wow, very well done. I love it. Yes, March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. So that is very cool. And marketing, I'm sure we'll share, but we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on this month to highlight our work with people with developmental disabilities. So great message to share. We've got a resident, I guess, celebrity in Mr. or Dr. Leokopoulos, who is blowing up the internet right now. He's breaking the internet.
Going viral.
Okay. All right, that's good. 2:34. Again, be thinking about highlights, stories. We'll do some storytelling at some point in time in the course, probably towards the end of the meeting. And so be thinking about what you want to share, because those are very important. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So 2:34 started momentarily. So mentally, I'm thinking it's t-shirt weather out, and now I'm feeling very underdressed as I'm looking at everybody. So my apologies for that. Maybe I'm just anxious and excited for things to turn for the better. I feel a little bit sad for people bundled up in sweaters right now, and God have mercy. All right, 2:35. Why don't we get started? So again, I'm going to just put everybody on mute just so that we can work with background noise. At least I'm going to try to put everyone on mute. There we go. Okay, cool. All right. Happy Friday and welcome everyone. It's great to see you all again. And again, this month, March, is National Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. So, and all throughout the course of the month, we're doing a number of different things to help raise awareness across the, using all across the organization, our footprint. And I'm sure marketing will go into that when they give their update. But just a great, if you think about the history of St. John's, just the decades of experience and of passion that St. John's has for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and the difference that has been made in their lives as a result of that passion and that commitment. We are a leader in this field, and it's just remarkable to be sharing those stories. So more to come on that. Be sure to love and like things that you see on social and share them. And always when you share, take a second and add your piece of it. Why is that important to you? Why does working at St. John's matter to you? Why do the people that we support matter so much to you? But before we get into all of that, and we'll probably open up with marketing in a little bit, want to start as we always do with COVID and just kind of giving the COVID update on where things stand today. So I'm really pleased to announce that we have currently 0 active cases between people we support and staff. So that is incredible. So 0 new positive cases for people we support, 0 new positive cases for staff. And so, let's just take a moment and just celebrate that. That is tremendous. That is hard work in action. That's your commitment to keeping people safe. And that is why we're able to be where we are right now. Now, we do have some hospitalizations. So we are not popping the champagne yet because we do definitely have some hospitalizations here, and we need to be mindful of that. So we have 4 people hospitalized currently or in rehab facilities in terms of people we support. And that's up 2 from the previous week. And so 1 of those is in Delaware, and then 3 are in Tennessee. Now, honestly, I'm not positive that all of those cases are COVID related. They could be. And so right now, that's just where we stand, though. We have 4 people that are hospitalized, and they are all people we support, but no staff positives and no staff hospitalizations. I guess a staff person in Delaware was hospitalized this week, but was discharged. So that's a positive situation, or they're on the mend and getting better and recovering. In terms of vaccinations, our numbers continue to climb. We're up 21 for people we support to 152. That's awesome. So we're starting to see momentum kick in across the states. The only one that's kind of been a little bit not quite on the front edge as other states has been Delaware. And Group 1C is planned for mid-March, so that's coming, which is good. So that's right around the corner. But we're seeing in DC 13 vaccinations. In New York, we've got 18 vaccinations. It looks to me like in Tennessee, we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 vaccinations or so. No, probably closer to 70. And in Virginia, we're up to 33. So a total of 152 vaccinations for people we support. That's tremendous news, awesome news. And then in terms of vaccinations for staff, we have 86 or so. I believe that is underreported because we are asking staff to self-report. And so there's a little bit of a lag there. So my guess is that we're fairly north of 86. And we'll talk a little bit more about vaccinations in a second, but let's just pause right there. Let's take a second to think about those that are hospitalized and their families and loved ones. And let's also take a second to be grateful and have gratitude for the fact that we have 0 new active cases happening right now. So if you would just pause with me. Okay. We're already kind of talking about kind of post-COVID. And the reality is we know that it's going to be years before, but at least based on what I'm reading and seeing, that it's going to be years before we're really past COVID. You know, there's talk that there could be annual boosters needed, similar to the flu shot. There could be times where we've got these variants that cause outbreaks in various places. But we are talking about what does it look like to be past COVID as an organization. And already thinking in my mind that just like at the end of last year, we took some time and kind of held vigil for those that we had lost throughout the course of 2020 to COVID, that we'll probably do some sort of combination of vigil as well as celebration. My guess is we'll target towards the fall for that, fall and winter, based on kind of how things are trending right now. But I have to say, to have 0 active cases is tremendous. And if you think about it, it's taken us about 12 to 13 months, to get there. I think I'd have to go back and see when our first active case was reported at St. John's, but I have to believe that it was March or April of last year. So really quite remarkable, and just how we together have gotten to this point. And I really just wanted to say thank you so much to our direct support professionals, to our direct service supervisors, those that have been on the front lines 24/7 through this entire pandemic and continue to be on the front lines. Just your heroism, your commitment and passion, your faithfulness, and your dedication to the practices that have put in place have really made it so that we didn't experience greater loss than what we could have. I think that compared to other organizations, I believe that we haven't experienced the same number of active cases, the same number of hospitalizations, and certainly the same number of passings. Certainly we have lost people, and every life that we've lost is something that we can never recuperate. People that can just never be replaced, and we will hold them in our memories and in our hearts forever. But it's your efforts to social distance, to wear masks, to use universal precautions, to work longer shifts and different schedules in order to keep people safe. And all of that is amazing, and all of that brings us to this moment of no new active cases. So we're not quite to that point, I think, of really celebrating that kind of 0 goal, that goal 0. I think we got to get some people out of the hospital and make sure that everyone's home and safe first. But I do just want to take this moment and say thank you to all of you for your efforts in making this possible. Now let's talk a little bit about vaccinations. And again, all of this information is going to be put in the chat. And when I'm kind of reading through this, I can't necessarily see the Zoom thing at the time. So bear with me just as I'm kind of going through this. But in terms of like DC government and the Department of Health allow for staff to enroll to get the vaccination. So you can register for that by going to the link. And DDS DC is holding a special COVID vaccination clinic on March 10th, specifically for people with IDD. So that's awesome. And then effective March 1st, so just a few days ago, all individuals with IDD ages 16 to 64, along with others with certain medical conditions, were able to start getting the vaccination. So that's absolutely tremendous. In Delaware has begun rollout of 1A and 1B, although there's limitations in doses. Now I do hear that production is moving faster. The number of shots in arms is going up. So I think that we're going to see the momentum build there, and that we'll see more available doses in weeks to come, if not days. Currently in Delaware, residents age 65 and older can register by going to the link. And they've been sending out, so the Department of Health and DDDS have been sending weekly QR codes, which are unique every week, so that agencies can distribute to staff. So if you want those, be sure to follow up with Kathy Landis I think Laura will be available next week too, if you have questions on that. And Group 1C is now slotted to begin mid-March for the people we support. So again, we're going to turn the corner in Delaware really soon. We're seeing numbers rise in New York in terms of vaccination, and our staff in Tompkins County are eligible for the vaccination, and staff persons wishing to receive the vaccine can visit the county's webpage as well. And then in Tennessee, the residents there can go to the link and find information for the vaccination. And then in Virginia, people residing in residential supportive services, healthcare providers, and human service workers have been classified as primary group 1A in Virginia. Staff wishing to learn if they qualify for the vaccination should go to the URL, to the link there as well. Okay, I think in Virginia, you can actually sign up and you will get alerted for when you have been scheduled. I believe that's true, but follow the link and I'm sure that you'll be able to learn more about that. And just a reminder, if you get the vaccine, please submit your records to HR so that we can have that on file. That's a critical thing that we need to do. So let's be sure to do that. And you know what? I'm going to self-report and say, I said I was going to do that last week and get my second, because I got my second dose. I have my card and I totally blanked this week. My apologies for that. I will make sure to get that done. So I got the first one in HR. I need to upload the second one to Paycom, and I will do my best to model that and be able to report that next Friday. So please do that. What I will say this, and if you have any issues on upload, reach out to your HR staff and they can help you, your HR rep, and they'll help you with that. Couple of things that I just would like to say though about the vaccine. All right, I'm just going to go out here and say, please get it. Okay, the more people that we can have vaccinated, the safer we're going to be as an organization. And so I'm going to ask that you get it. Now, if you have questions about that, you've got concerns about that, I'm also going to say, talk to your healthcare professional, because now we've got 3 vaccines that are available with Johnson & Johnson getting approval. And that's the 1 dose vaccine versus Moderna and Pfizer, which are the 2 doses. So that's a game changer as well. And, you know, St. John's has not made it yet a requirement for staff to get the vaccine. I believe in the future, there's going to be a lot of guidance out there, which does give organizations the ability to make those decisions. We have not made that decision yet. I don't know if we will make that decision. But right now, I'm just asking that you would strongly consider going ahead and getting the vaccine. All the data that is coming out is demonstrating that it's effective and that they are safe. And so I know that there's been concerns all throughout the country, and I'm sure that we've got concerns across the organization about the vaccine. And those concerns are all valid. Like, those questions are valid. It's natural. Obviously, you're putting something in your body. You want to be sure that it's safe to do so. And you may have different medical conditions that, you know, could create some challenges there. And so the best thing I would say and ask is that you go ahead and talk to your healthcare provider about what you should do, if you should get the vaccine and which vaccine is better for you. But right now, everything that I'm hearing by the leading healthcare providers that we have been taking guidance from throughout the entire pandemic is saying the vaccine is good to get, and the vaccine is the pathway towards helping us to fully reopen. So I'm going to strongly encourage, please go ahead and do that. Let's see those numbers increase. I'm just going to pause there. Does anybody have any questions either on the vaccine or on our COVID update so far? Okay, not hearing any questions, we will kind of keep moving on. And you've listened to me long enough for a little while here. So why don't we break it up a bit and let's talk about marketing. There's a couple other updates that we're going to give, but let's start with marketing first. So Bessie, I'm not sure, is it you or someone on your team that wants to kind of speak to things that are going on in the month of March, but you've got the floor.
Thanks, Ellen. We've got a lot of things going on in March for Development and Disabilities Month. I think I sent around an email earlier this week, just kind of highlighting. We'll be emailing our donors and supporters every week, sharing stories of the people we support. because really it's about showing the impact that their support has on St. John's and what we're able to do with the people that we support. So we'll be sharing those stories. We have a really full social media schedule planned as part of this as well. I think you saw the video from George on Facebook and Instagram, and I think there's one coming from Alan and maybe some other surprise ones as we get through the month that Amanda's been working on. And Amanda will actually be in DC again this coming week working on a Voice It video. We're really excited about that, to be able to highlight the opportunities with Voice It and what that will do for people. In addition, we have a newsletter going out to our donors this month, and really excited about that. Again, highlighting stories about what you guys are doing and the people that we serve, as well as a donor highlight on someone who left a very generous donation in his will for St. John's, just encouraging other people to think about doing that. And it's going to be something we focus on in the coming months, is really building up a legacy plan so that hopefully we can continue to build that revenue stream for St. John's. But we're also looking forward to April and starting to work on the appeals for that. And I'm really excited about that. We're going to include a postcard for one of our EART option participants. So part of what we're doing in the donor appeals is not only asking for money, but sharing the work that you guys are doing. So we're really excited about that opportunity as well. So thanks, Kim, for sending those along. And I open it up to the team if there's anything that they want to highlight or talk about. I know Amanda would always say, give me the stories, give me more stories, more stories. But if there's anything else anybody would like to share or add. That's that. So we're good. Thanks, Alan.
And I would just, yeah, for sure. And I just want to chime in again. I can't say no. George's video is awesome, and thanks to Amanda and George for pulling that together. You know, I think what's cool about it is George has such presence and such history, obviously, with the organization, and it's so awesome to listen to him talk about that, and then simultaneously see pictures sprinkled in from our history. As well as from our present. And it's really a great video. So really well done. It's good to see that out there. I also got to preview the newsletter that's coming out. And I'm really excited about it. I just think that it's, in my opinion, George signed off and agreed on this as well. I think it's the best one that we've put out, certainly in my time. George affirmed it during his time. You know, obviously he's been here 10 times longer than I have. So it's, it definitely be on the lookout for that. I think it's just tremendous, you know. And if you're interested, not everyone I think is on our mailing list. I could be wrong on that, but if you're interested in getting onto the mailing list, and you don't have to donate to get on the mailing list, okay? So I think just to make a clarity or a caveat there, if you are interested in getting on the mailing list so that you can firsthand receive what the marketing team is working on and setting out there for development, you know, just reach out to marketing, reach out to Bessie, just or Amanda or Sandra or Ryan, and just let them know that you're interested. And we'll be sure to get you on that list and be able to, you'll be able to get that in the mail. So it's pretty cool. And then also stories. We are going to share highlights at the end of this time together. And I just want to kind of affirm, you know, why we want to do that. You know, the first and main reason is to inspire each other and to remind ourselves why St. John's exists and why it matters so much and why the people that we support in all areas are absolutely incredible. And so consider it like fuel. You know, you got to fill up that tank in order to kind of go down the road. And so it's the same thing, to be able to like show up at your shift, to be able to take on the hard challenges, to be able to keep going and keep breaking through on behalf of the people we support. Got to have some inspiration. And so I would just ask that you consider, you know, thinking about a highlight from the week. And I would caveat and say that the highlight could be, you know, from an encounter with or an observation of someone that we supported that did something really amazing in the last week or so. But, you know, I also want to give room for you to give shout outs to your fellow team members. All right. Because a lot of times people are always doing amazing things and it's kind of going unnoticed. And so here's a great opportunity for us to build each other up, you know, with those stories. And then another reason why those stories matter is they create great opportunities for us to share our story externally. And so I don't know if you caught the social post just this past week, I think it was either this morning or yesterday, about the Valentine's Day celebration. That came up as a result of Kwaku sharing about that last week. And so we were able to put a really cool social post. It's a great picture. And so like these stories matter. And so the more that you share them, the more it makes it easy for us to share outside. People connect with that and they want to turn around and get involved with St. John's. So really cool, and please do that. Okay, just keeping moving forward and going around.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Sandra, go ahead.
Can I add something to that too? Those of you that may have seen it or not, but I actually sent you guys a great little calendar reminder. Put it on your calendar for those stories for marketing. So it's just an acceptance, just for a reminder to get with your teams, to share those great tech stories, those good feel-good stories, like the one that Edith, they sent this past week with the Valentine one. We really appreciate it. We know that you guys are doing an awesome job. We know that your staff is doing an awesome job. So please, accept my reminder, accept my reminder. I sent it out, and thank you for those that have already accepted it. And note that you may also get something through the mid of the week, but if you do not, note that it's on your calendar. We really appreciate it. Thanks so much. That's all I wanted to say. Thanks.
Thank you, Sandra. Doesn't Sandra have such positive energy? Doesn't she just make you want to like do whatever she's asking you to do? You know, thank you, Sandra, for that. Really, really appreciate that. So tremendous cheerleader and encourager. You know, just out of the blue, I got a text from Sandra, and it just was really encouraging. So, you know, I know I'm not alone in that. A lot of people get blessed that way by Sandra. Just want to thank you for being who you are, Sandra. Really appreciate that. Let's see, want to keep going around the table and kind of sharing about what's going on. So Precious, can I ask you what is going on with innovation and technology?
Why, yes, you can, Alan. You can certainly ask me. And hopefully we'll show the clip. We're still doing it? Yep. Okay. So Carl's standing by a few doors down, excited and waiting. So first of all, Shift started. The training started this week. Well, actually, it started yesterday. Unfortunately, there were so many people that were eager to participate in Shift. And so it took them longer to log everybody in to get their logins. And so they just finished getting Tennessee all loaded up. And so they officially got logins yesterday. And so I would call yesterday Shift Inauguration Day. And so we officially have launched into that space. The other states will be about, they say, 2 weeks behind because now they have to do the same thing there. Voice It, we are continuing. You'll hear from Carl. He has another updated video. We had a fantastic time watching one of the people we support just unlock their voice, and that's what it's all about. I got a chance to actually meet the founder of Voice It and work with Voice It side by side to present to healthcare finance and DC government the value that it gives to people's lives. And hopefully that will be something that once they go live, that people outside of the beta project will be able to utilize the supports and services. And so Voice It thanks St. John so much for being passionate about their product and be willing to share our stories alongside with them. We actually have an official presentation scheduled for March 18th to also include some of the people we support to actually highlight their skills using the app. So we're super excited about that. And another thing that I was able to do, well, I've been working on this project for now 2 years, but create a webinar training series, Tech First training series with DC government. And so because I am the only provider, representing the only provider in that committee, that means St. John's helped to create that webinar training series. So it's a lot of classes that we created, and it goes from March 19th all the way to August 26th. So I will be sharing that. I can't officially share it until Monday. They promised me that I wouldn't until Monday, but once I share it, I will be putting out there that I want everybody to participate as much as possible. It doesn't matter the state that you're in, because St. John's put in blood, sweat, and tears into this project. And so all of our staff, team members will have the opportunity to participate. And yes, St. John's makeshift happen. So that, don't worry about that. We're doing it. We're going to be all finished up with that by June. And so we'll be an accredited multi-state agency, and we're super excited about this. Now take it to call.
Everyone. So I have another updated video for I call him our Voice It superstar. He's really getting the hang of it and he loves doing it. So in a brief overlay of the last clip you saw him working with staff to practice unlocking the words. Now we're at the point where he can independently use the application himself. He needs a little help with reading his line sometimes, but once you tell him his line, he's got it. And so I'm gonna show you the clip of him using it independently, and then him actually using it to communicate what he's trying to say. So I'll start with him self-training first. Let me pull it. Do I have the ability to screen share, by the way?
Yep.
Before I do? Okay, cool.
Paul, don't forget the shared sound.
All right, click on it now. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. Teamwork, dreamwork.
Can everybody see my screen? All right, I see heads nodding, so I think that's a yes. So let me boom, and I'm playing the clip now. Now. Okay, so in that clip, what you saw is him trying to unlock the word, "Can you understand me?" He's doing it all by himself, no staff around to be in sight. So the next clip, it's gonna be him actually using that word when he speaks the voice is gonna repeat what he says in a more clear tone so everyone can understand him better. So I'm gonna pull the next clip up. Oh, screen sharing stop. Give me a second to pull the next clip up. Hold on. It's a little, I got a lot of stuff going in the background, so it's a little lag. Give me a second. There we go. So we rewind it. There we go. All right. Here with sound. All right. Can everybody see the screen? Thumbs up? Okay.
Can you understand me?
Yeah, I sure can.
I sure can.
All right. So you saw there, he used it completely independently. He said what he wanted to say, and then when everybody heard what he said, the big smile that just slowly crept across his face. That's what Voice It does for people. So that's the power of giving somebody their voice, and I just want to share that clip so we can we can all just feel the love, feel the magic. And with that, I'm going to throw it back to Precious in case she has any more.
I just wanted to say really quickly that the main people unlock phrases that mean something to them. And if you see his phrase that was so important for him to unlock was, can you understand me? Because that's probably been something that he struggled with for his entire life. And he wants to communicate. He's a social person. He wants you to understand it. So he's constantly asking you, can you understand me? Now we can understand him, and look at the smile it brought to his face. One shot, he said what he had to say. He didn't have to improve anymore, that phrase, but he was able to be understood. You all heard him.
Awesome. Very well done. Awesome. Groundbreaking stuff.
If I could add, this could be my little update. We had a meeting with the board's Quality and Compliance Committee last night. And of course, given the title, they deal with all things compliance and quality. But we talked about Voice It, under the rubric of quality, and explained to them what it does and how it's beginning to impact people's lives. And they were just thrilled. The board members volunteer their time, they give money, they give time, they give energy, they give ideas. But why they're really doing it is so that they can contribute in some way to changing people's lives. And like we say, helping people, supporting people to live their best life. And they were just thrilled with everything that we told them about Voice It. So much so that they'd like a presentation on that at the March 18th full board meeting. I just wanted to share just how excited they were and look forward to sharing it with the full board on the 18th.
George, thank you for that. George, any other updates that you have?
The other thing I'll quickly mention, as part of that committee meeting, we do report on. What's chatting?
Okay, I just muted everyone. So George, go ahead, take yourself off mute again and continue.
The only other thing I'll mention quickly, because this is kind of interesting, part of what we report to that committee is our incident data for each quarter. So I went back and took a look at all of our incidents, beginning with October 2019, through September 30th, 2020, which is our fiscal year. And quarter by quarter, our incidents went from 100 a total across the agency, from 172 to 148 to 135 to 98. An incredible steady decline, which what that tells me is that we should keep everybody at home and never open up again.
Well, I don't know about that. But it is great movement in the right direction. So definitely very, very good. Cool. Thank you, George. Okay. And why don't we go to HR? And today, Renita is going to be giving the update for HR. So Renita, welcome, and we are all yours.
Thanks, Alan. Hey, everyone. Hi, team. Happy Friday. The first thing in HR we want to talk about is our Gallup survey, and the Gallup team, they extended maybe for another week. And the reason why is because our percentage participant number is still around 50, is less than 60. So I would really, really encourage and would like everyone to please participate. The completion of the survey, it will not take more than 3 to 5 minutes of your time. So please, team, if you can put your team together, just ask them to, let's knock this out of the park. It's we put a lot of work into it, and it's something that we're looking forward for, just to improve our systems and, make your work environment a much better place for you, just that we can go forward and do so much better as a St. John's team. So please, they're brave messages. I think you received one on Wednesday, and there should be another one coming out today. Also, there's a lot of email. The SOMs, they're sending ESCOM messages to the program staff. So please, RTLs, staffing coordinators, just remind everyone in the program to please, please, please partake. We really appreciate it. Next, I'm going to talk about is Paycom. We are still working in Paycom. We're still cleaning up the system for efficiency. So please remember to use it as your main source in sending and getting anything to HR. And also as Alan mentioned, it's a path where you can use to upload your vaccination certificate that you receive. Please, if you make sure you do your first and your second one, it's a very easy process. I sent out the notice concerning the uploading process. If you're not quite sure to find that procedure, contact HR and we would definitely tell you how to use it. The same port you're going to use for your health certificate. For any employee, if your health certificate is expired, kindly please use the same port to upload your document to make sure that we're maintaining your HR record correctly. Also, if someone is COVID-19 positive, and we're praying and trusting that now the numbers are really good, we're working together. I'm very proud of everyone being safe, so the numbers are low, but we're trying to document and just keep your documents within HR. So I know before you have employees sending documents everywhere to your supervisor and everyone of such, but we prefer you send those documents directly to HR. And if you use the Paycom uploading portal, it would get directly into HR hands, and we're gonna provide you your medical records safely. So for Paycom, yes, please, any correspondent, anything you want to get into HR, use Paycom, embrace Paycom. A lot of PAF process, there sometimes the manager may send you a PAF and would need your approval. I would advise every staff to please always check your bell. If you log into Paycom on a daily basis, make sure your bell is clear so that we could maintain efficiency within HR. We're working hard, improving different systems. We've done a lot. There's still a way that we're going, but we have a great vision and a great plan. So we're asking you to please help us to maintain the systems correctly. Also, we are improving our recruiting process. So if you can tell everyone, I know there's a lot of people who'd applied in ADP, and now we have a new system in which we would need applications in Paycom. Please communicate with anyone that you know, someone with a passion for what we do. Ask them if they can please apply, even though they might say, well, I applied a year ago and I didn't get any response. Ask them to reply now. You know of our recruiting award, which is $200. So please, if you recommend someone who's good and they pass their introductory period, they're a good employee, you will be able to get that $200. So please help us in our recruiting efforts by encouraging, and anywhere you go, just talk about St. John's as an employee. You work for a great company and communication is the key. And there's so much social media out there that you can help us drive, our recruiting efforts. But there's a lot of stuff we're doing to improve our recruiting system. We're just trying to get different things in order. Also, we had meetings, we're working on another software, basically to help organize and manage and put our policies and procedures, risk safety, operational documents, and flow together for us to be so much more efficient. We'll keep you up to date about this venture, but just know we're doing our best to develop a much more efficient flow within our operations. But we're trying to bring about efficiency, develop our electronic processes and everything such, so we can all receive documents, give out documents, correct documents. I can tell anyone, I know sometimes an employee, especially with our policies and procedure, they would have received some kind of document, is not up to date, and it's all because we had a paper system. So we're trying to develop the electronic system, and I would like if everyone could please work together and help us that we can improve. I have bittersweet news to give everyone, in which I would like to let you know, sorry, but our purchasing power agreement will no longer be in effect after May 5th of this year. The portal, it will be active for new accounts or purchases. All the old accounts will still be a payroll deduction until paid in full. But don't be sad. Don't think that we're not looking for a substitute of this benefit. Yes, we did. And it's actually a real saving to keep money in your pocket instead. So we're signing up with, and we'll have discount marketplace through benefithub.com. And through this portal, as a St. John's employee, you're going to be able to enjoy lots of discounts, rewards, so many perks and thousands of brands in the travel industry, auto, electronic, education, entertainment, tickets, health and wellness, restaurants, so many more industries. I'm talking about places like Office Depot, GP Loop, Six Flags, Groupon, Dell, Sam's Club, hotels. There's so many more you're going to be receiving savings. And, you know, it's a little similar, but not so similar to what we had in Purchasing Power. And also additionally in Benefit Hub, you'll be able to receive like up to $2,500 in interest-free credit from a company called Zebit to shop for millions of brand name products that can be paid over time without interest, any fee, or they're going to check your credit. They're not going to check your credit. I know it sounds too good to be true, but during next week, I'll be sending out the official notice with all of the details. So please don't ignore the details to use this new opportunity. It's going to help us to save more money instead. Please know that just don't forget that your HR team is always looking out for you. We ask you to bear with us. If you have any information that you need in whichever state, make sure you contact your state office manager first. They'll be able to help you. Contact your state office manager. You can send them an email. If not, you can call their telephone. The ladies are so happy to help at all times. If you're not able to get someone, you can always contact the home office after, but make sure you embrace and have a relationship with your state office manager. So I think coming from HR, what more can I say? On the 19th, we're gonna have our Cigna client customer engagement rep. And I think it's a she. She will be joining us to provide us with important details about our dental benefit with them. So please don't miss the upcoming meeting, and it will help you to gain some knowledge about your dental perks. So please look out for that. But just know that as the HR team, we're working together, we're doing a lot of movements going on in HR, and it's all for us to be very efficient. So please bear with us. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend, and remember to fully embrace every moment with your loved ones. All right.
Thank you, Renita.
You're welcome.
Yeah, a couple things. Literally, when Renita started speaking, I got a text about completing the Gallup survey, which I've done already. So I don't know if Rich suddenly pushed a button there, but anyway, that's been deployed.
No. That's all the magic of Row. The magic and power of Row.
So here's what we need to do, though. My guess is that most people on this call have probably already done the Gallup survey, okay? And that's probably a guess, but I'm guessing. But this is what we can do, okay? So if you would, pick up your phone and right now, text a coworker that you know, and if you know they haven't done the survey, even better. But text a coworker that may not be on this call and just ask them if they've done the survey. Okay, do that. Ask them if they've done the survey. Encourage them to do the survey if they haven't. Okay, so everybody go ahead, find somebody that you can text and just send a message to please, if you haven't done it, do the survey. Okay, and we'll give 30
Just under the heading of a little competitive fire, I would like to point out that Roy and the Ithaca team leaped from worst to first in completions over the last week. So Roy, impressive.
Awesome. So send a message, send an email, send a text. We're going to bring this thing to conclusion soon, but it's great that we broke 50%. Let's hit that 60% mark. Go ahead, send that message in text or email, just encouraging somebody you know. And if you can even send an email to a group of people, even better. But go ahead and do that, okay? All right, let's keep going around. We got some additional updates just to provide. And I think coming at us from New York via Florida is Billy Joe. So Billy Joe, do you want to update us on what is happening in cold New York from sunny Florida?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Like Alan said, I am in sunny Florida. but splitting my time between New York, the shelter program, and doing remote supports in Tennessee and DC. So lots happening there. And just wanted to say thank you for everybody and what you're doing with COVID. Recently was very, very sick with COVID, and just coming into like some long haulers and still dealing with symptoms. So it's great that our numbers are where they are. In New York, we are really gearing up towards spring. April 15th brings our official end of cold weather policy. And for anybody that doesn't know, that means that anytime that it's below 32, really year round, but by all winter up to April 15th, we have to house and shelter anybody when it's under the temperature of 32. Which is pretty much all the time in lovely New York. So we're gearing up for spring. We're reviewing a lot of our practices. We're looking at quality of our case management. We're reviewing our staffing. We're reviewing our scheduling. We're really excited because we received a grant for dishes. We shelter a lot of people through motels, and the motels only offer a microwave, and that doesn't really help if you don't have dishes to cook all your food in. So we just received I think it was $2,600 or $2,900, and that will allow everybody coming into the shelter that's going to a motel a package of dishes, like a cup and a microwave bowl and some silverware and a can opener, maybe some cleaning supplies and some masks. So we're really excited about that. We've also submitted some really exciting grants. One will introduce some fresh air and clean our air through ultraviolet rays in the shelter. So we're really excited about that too. And we have some great stories to share with you coming up. We've got some clients vaccinated this week, 8 this week, which we're really excited about. Staff have gotten vaccinated this week. So we're moving along with that, and we're really excited. So,
awesome. Thank you so much, Billy Joe. Great job. Thank you. Let me just open it up. Any other updates? Who have I not called out or touched on? Sherry, how about finance?
I thought you had forgotten about me, Alan.
Never, never.
With my 1-minute speech. The first thing is just housekeeping, y'all. It's about credit cards. I'm happy to say we only have 4 outstanding employees who haven't done their credit cards. So that's a drop from where we started. So again, you know who you are, and just please take maybe about 5-10 minutes over the weekend to get that done, so we could have that done by Monday and move on to a lot more things that we have to do in the finance department. And we're still in the process of implementing our new accounting software. Had some hiccups that we just learned about today, but hopefully by Tuesday, that'll be all gone away and we're moving on to bigger things with that system as well. We're still in the process of audits. So pretty much we have 6 months straight audits, 3 or 4 of them going on at the same time. And completed 3, still have 1 more that I'm going through. So pretty much that's us finance, and still looking at our revenue, still getting that penny that's still owed to us wherever it is. And again, we love free. So anything that's free, just email me. I'll take it. And I'll let you know. So that's it for our finance.
Awesome. Put free in the subject line and you will get a quick reply from Sherry for sure. So, And thank you all for your work on the credit card reconciliations. Let's get those done. It's great. Thank you. It really helps us get accurate financial reports in a timely way. So really appreciate everyone improving there and stepping up there. It's really, really important. So that's awesome. And you can, if you let us know those 4, we'll text them and encourage them to help. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so let's see. Brittany, DC, what's going on?
Okay, I'm off mute now. Hey, everybody. So some exciting things have been going on in DC with regards to our OASIS program. And I kind of like to highlight our OASIS program because it's still our new baby. And so it's growing and it's steadily growing. So just wanted to highlight what we just celebrated our first successful year of our first participant being in her residence for the entire year. So congratulations to that team, to everybody, to John making it happen. And then also the 2 new people that I spoke about last week, they have both, one moved into his apartment on the 1st, and then the other young lady, I believe she's moving into her apartment on Saturday or a Monday. So both placements they both have found their apartments, they're moving in, and they're about to get settled. So we have successfully housed and grown to 6 people. And I think we're gonna reach our goal of 10 fairly quickly. They're trying to match some more people with us right now. And so just to highlight John and the team and Ray and Erica, you guys in Quad, you guys have been definitely making it happen. And so I just wanted to highlight them. For that, Kim definitely sent me some highlights to speak about in regards to the activity schedules that before I move on to the activity schedules, I do want to just highlight, I will be attending the National Alliance to End Homeless conference next week. They sent us these cool hats. It says End Homelessness, period. That's it. That's the goal. And so looking forward to that next week. And so now I can jump to Kim's activity schedule. So we're still putting out activity schedules with marches in place. April has gone out yesterday, was submitted yesterday for our flyer, but she did want to highlight some new classes. So Bessie will be doing a class on New Orleans style cooking. And I think she's also doing the mosaic painting. If so,
it's really awesome. Marble painting, but
okay,
you can go with mosaic.
Mosaic, marble, it depends. We also have a spirit club that's forming and boxing fitness classes. I'm interested to see what's going to happen during that. I'm scared and excited at the same time to see what's going to happen. So that's exciting news in regards to the activities. Please be on the lookout for a satisfaction survey. If you've ever attended any of those classes, whether you participated or you were just a keen observer, we're going to send out an email. Don't know how it's going to come out yet. I don't know if it's going to be strictly email or comment or however, but we just would love your feedback to know how we're doing. Are the classes enjoyable? And any suggestions on how we can make it better. And just want to highlight, we are getting everyone vaccinated. The people we support we're definitely forging ahead with those vaccinations. I think we're up to 18 people or 18 scheduled. I'm not sure how many have actually completed. I think it was 12. And so we're definitely continuing to move forward with that. As it was mentioned earlier, DDS has a clinic that will be provided for people with developmental disabilities specifically to sign up, and that portal will open, I believe, on Monday. And so we're asking everyone to take advantage of that. And then the last thing is, because it is Developmental Disability Month, DDS and a few other of their partners have some events that's going on this month that are all virtual. And so I'm just gonna put them out there. Tonight, they have a movie night, which is for Crip Camp, and which is a disability revolution. It's a virtual viewing of a film highlighting the groundbreaking summer camp of a group of teens with disabilities to help build a movement, forging a new path towards greater equality. I can add the Zoom link to the chat so everybody can have that. So if you're not doing anything tonight, that's a great movie. It's a Netflix movie, I believe. To just take a look and grab some popcorn, some snacks, or don't grab popcorn. Grab a snack and some snacks and something to drink and watch a movie. And they also have a couple other events, but I'll highlight those next week and then the week after and then the week after. So yeah, that's all I have for DC.
Awesome.
Alan, do you mind if I jump in for a second just to add a couple things?
Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Just one kudos. Brittany and her team are just doing some incredible work there in DC. It's really exciting to hear about Oasis. We have submitted a grant application to see if we can't give you guys a little bit more work in that direction towards serving.
Yay.
Yeah, I know. I know you're excited about that, but also come with some supports and some additional money for staff. So we're working in that direction. I did want to also just speak for a second about Spirit Club. Spirit Club is an organization that started as a gym, and their owner really actually started his career as a DSP. And so they really have always kind of focused on sort of that multiple physical health level. During the pandemic, they really moved towards sort of a web-based platform. And we started talking because of sort of a shared interest that, as the Art Options program is looking to really move more and more web-based, there was some interesting synergy. So we invited them to come on in and to really see what opportunities there was for partnerships. So I would ask that you take a look at that event, share it with individuals and homes and at programs to see what you think about them as a potential partner for us. And please send me some feedback for that as we continue to explore opportunities for partnership. And that's it. Thanks, Alan.
And sorry, Alan, I told you I was going to do this, but just really quick, you spoke on, just reflecting on the year that we've had in COVID and just how we're at the 1 year mark already. This actually was the last day last year before our normal lives were come to an end. But he asked who our first person with COVID was, and Antonio was our first person in the agency that had COVID. And then just to reflect on that, not to dwell on it, but just to smile, because I saw him today and he had bags of popcorn in his hand and he was walking and jolly. And just to think back around this time last year, or coming up in a couple of days, that we were all in a very different state of mind. And so just to celebrate that remembrance and life, and just to know that we are at 0 right now, that was just an awesome thing that I just wanted to highlight.
No, thank you so much. Absolutely great for you to bring that up, Brittany.
Ellen,
and
one more thing.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Just want to say thanks to Janine and Bessie also. We did receive some money from Janine yesterday from what they redeemed from Poshmark for Oasis. And there's always a need for supplies and furniture. I do their expenses on a monthly basis, so I know some of the things that we get reimbursed for, or some of the things that we probably just give like 25% of the cost for Oasis. So if there's any way, we purchase new furniture every 3, 4, 5 years. If you want to donate and help us with the Oasis program, that will be great, because again, we're trying to end homelessness, but also if we give, that helps a lot, where we don't have to find ways and different things to do that, where if it's free, again, free, that helps them even better. So just want to say thanks to Janine and Bessie for doing that yesterday.
Thank you for
Sherry,
that.
I'm starting to sense a theme.
Thank you, Jerry, for that shout out. And Brittany, thank you for reminding us. And we have a lot to celebrate for sure. And Antonio, it's great to have you in a tile in this space. So it's a lot to be celebrated. Okay, so a couple places still to be heard from, Kwaku and or Tennessee. If there's any updates from there that you all would want to share. or if we have anyone from Delaware too. I mean, Brittany did give an update for DC and Delaware, but I just want to throw that out there if anybody has any kind of final updates before we just do some additional highlights.
The second dose is 35.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I just muted all. Kwaku, you got an update?
Real quick, I'm sorry, I just got off the phone with the guy from CVS. He's like, I need to know how many you need for next week, and we're ordering right now. I'm like, right now? He's like, right now. I'm like, what the heck? Really big things. Is really just, I'm looking. You saw what Carl, the video that Carl just showed, and sometimes you might forget what people say, but you never forget how they feel. That quote. So I just really want to say a big shout out to Carl and Precious and the team, because Carl was out even in Virginia. We just got the iPads, and he was working with some people in Virginia to give them and hopefully their voice. So I'm really excited to see that. That's kind of really the biggest highlights as you know, as we go through vaccinations and looking at how we get back to the new normal, as we say. So those are some of the big things.
Thank you, Kwaku. And just a quick update for everyone before we open up for Tennessee. One of the things that leadership team is talking about at various pockets is this whole idea of reopening. And so that is something that is being looked at. We realize that over the next few months, that could look different across the organization. And there's a lot of factors that go into that. So that's being considered at the state level. There's a lot of analysis and study that's going to happen so that we do it where we reopen well, and we reopen a better position than maybe what we're in now, right? So we've taken a lot of ground in the last year. We want to be careful not to give that back. And so there's a lot of considerations there. And we also realize that reopening will require some additional staff. And so that's going to require some lead time in hiring up. So those are all things. I know that is probably something that people are wondering about. Please know that is a conversation that is being had both at the leadership team as well as individual meetings and state meetings. But just want to make sure everybody's aware of that. Let me open it up. Anyone from Tennessee want to give kind of a quick update on what's happening there?
They're probably still shell shocked from the ECF audit they've been going through this week and gearing up for the next audit in 2 weeks with DIDD. This week I know that the team spent a lot of time besides the audit just dealing with some of the staffing issues that we're having. And Alan, you mentioned reopening is going to take additional staff, and boy, that's a real concern because right now, even if we were to have to reopen tomorrow, we don't have the personnel to really man that. And absolutely right, it's going to take a lot of lead time. And I know HR is really giving a lot of attention to this right now because it's reaching a critical point in so many parts of our work. So I know that was a lot of resources went into concentrating on that this week in Tennessee and trying to generate some solutions around that.
That's great, George. And I do think we have a highlight from Tennessee that, if I remember correctly, and Amanda was here, I don't know if she's still here, but I think we have a potential new resident coming into Harlan Morris. Do I remember correctly, George, on that?
Yeah, that is correct. And I see that she stepped away from her desk. She was with us, but yeah, that is correct.
That's a big deal. I mean, because you think about, what Harlan Morris went through with COVID and pandemic and getting shut down for a long period of time. We haven't really been in a position to be able to bring people back in. Amanda and the team have worked really hard at being able to do that safely, and excited that we're starting to see kind of that pipeline open up again. And so we'll have a new resident in Harlan Morris. And oh, wait, we've got an update from Amanda.
They're actually here right now. About to move stuff in, and he's yeah, that's why I had to get away. So yeah, so he's our new resident will be moving in on Sunday, and his son is here giving me all the paperwork and and all that. So we're very excited about that. So
Awesome.
I'm gonna deal with that. So yay.
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda.
So
Congratulations.
and Ella, was that just to outdo Ro? She can make a text appear. You can apparently make a client. To
Apparently so.
Where's my magic wand?
That was funny. Yeah, we need to keep on with that then.
No, that's great. And I, I think just with all the difficulty, Brittany touched on this earlier, right? All the challenges that everyone has faced over the last year. We have to make sure that we do celebrate these milestones that we're going to start experiencing again. So whether it's new residents coming into Oasis and we're seeing those numbers climb, and with every person coming in, that means hope for people that have been exploited, hope for people that have been abused. I mean, just some great things there. And then new residents coming into Harlan Morris as well. And also, I believe that we have a new resident about to move in Virginia too. So if I remember correctly, we've got someone they did an intake for and is moving in, I believe, this weekend, right? Kwaku, that's coming up.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Tomorrow.
I mean, so this is all really, really, really good stuff, right? And because we know that with every person that comes into St. John's, not only do they add to the beauty of our organization, but we have an opportunity to really help make their lives better, and celebrate that with them. So good stuff moving forward. Let's pause there, and unless I don't think I missed anybody. But let's take a couple of minutes. If you have some highlights from the last week or two and you've got a story that you'd like to share, we want to hear it. And that could be a story of someone that we support or a client in a program. It could be a story of a fellow team member, like what you heard Sherry share about Janine and Sandra. So by all means, let's just pause there. I'll open it up. Feel free to take yourself off mic. Or off mute, and go ahead and share your story. Oh, and I see Billy Joe's got her hand up. So Billy Joe, we're going to you.
Okay, thank you. I'm not sure how to put my hand down. Okay, there we go. So I just wanted to share a few stories that we had. We actually had some really exciting successes this week. We had one person that is homeless, and he has been homeless for years. So he moved to us from another state as a homeless person and has been in our shelter for over a year, which is a really, really long time to be in the shelter for. And he is now permanently housed in a program that will help with his significant mental illnesses. So we're very, very excited. It's been a really long process. Shout out to our great case managers that have worked with him for 12 months, going through the process into getting him into this program of permanent housing. And we're very excited for that. And then we have another gentleman that has also he's been with us since last July. They actually entered the same agency. So a really long time to be homeless. And he is a reoccurring client, is with us every year. And he has also went to housing this week. And then we always like to highlight, we had a single mom with 2 kids. She came in January, and she just hit the ground running. She got all of her stuff together and found housing all within the short 2 months. So congratulations to them and case managers that really helped that family get into housing very quickly. So those are our great successes this week.
Those are awesome. Thank you so much, Billy Joe. Those are great. Anyone else?
Alan,
Yes,
this is Anna Blanken. This is Anna Blankenship from Cedar Grove, Tennessee, out of the Jackson office. I just want to take a moment to thank Carl and Miss Rhonda from DC during our snow and ice storm, that they unselfishly stayed up all night while so I could sleep doing our remote staffing.
Very cool. That is really awesome. And I know, Anna, you were working a lot of hours during that time period over multiple days just because of the conditions that were down there. And first, thank you for that. And then definitely thank you for standing in the gap so Anna could get some rest. So thank you so much. That is awesome. Thank you. Anyone else? One of the things I want to mention is that today is Employee Appreciation Day. So we just want to take this opportunity, or I personally want to take this opportunity to thank all of you at St. John's for being who you are and making us who we are as an organization. It just over and over again, you know, I'm fortunate to see in emails and hear stories about how our staff, how our team at all levels kind of takes it up to another level all the time, like is willing to go the extra mile and then some, is so passionate and supportive about the people that we care about and support. And it's really remarkable when you think, you know, we are a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, 365-day organization that operates in 5 states. And it takes a lot of people to do that. We've got 600 plus team members. We have people that are part-time, people that substitute, people that obviously have full-time team members, and each and every one of you make the difference in somebody's life. And even if, like, you know, even if you may not work on the front line and you work in an administrative role, oftentimes you're behind the scenes, but you're supporting the effort, you're supporting the cause, and you're making sure that ultimately people's lives can change. And so wherever you are in this organization, that's amazing. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart and from our leadership team, we just want to say thank you so much for caring so much. And on behalf of the board of directors as well, you are amazing. I mean, there's nothing short of that, and no better way to say it. So I just want to thank you all for all that you do. Thank you. Any final highlights, any final comments before we wrap it up for the week?
Hey, I just want to remind everybody, don't forget about this great Zoom background that the marketing team did, the Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Hey, you know, like put it on your background so we can see everybody how they look sometime this month. That'd be great. And maybe we can take a picture and see what everybody looks like. Is that cool? Yeah.
That's great. Yes.
Yeah, I like it. I love it.
Let's try to have a goal of as many people as possible next Friday at Town Hall with the background. How about that?
Yeah, because we're giant slayers, okay?
There we go. Maybe resend it out just so it's fresh at the top of everyone's inbox. How about that?
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. Gotcha.
Ryan, you can put that in with the invite for next week.
Perfect. Yes, that's great. Okay, any other final comments, announcements, highlights, shout outs? Okay, I just want to thank you all for a great meeting. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for all that you do. Have an amazing weekend. I hope that you're able to find time for yourself and for your loved ones. And if you're just coming on the shift, again, thank you so much for caring so much and for being you and showing up and just helping to make the lives of the people we support that much better. So take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.